or welcome in. This is my Pick a Card channel, tarot channel. I'm going to do something a little bit different for this reading, at least in terms of how I film it and shuffle. Usually I like to shuffle beforehand, do the readings beforehand. I usually have a script of what I'm going to say because it's just easier to edit, and so I know what I'm going to say without fumbling my words. So I'm just going to try that. I'm also going to try to do some distance crystal healing or Reiki healing. For some reason I've been kind of drawn to that, so I'm just going to try that out. So before I start, I'm going to cleanse the area, cleanse the room, cleanse your space. So I have white sage here. So I usually try to buy sage from native-owned shops. If I find where I got this sage, or if I remember where I got this sage, I can link it down below for anyone that's interested. So I'm just gonna cleanse this whole area here, cleanse your space, around the head, back of the head. And we have the Palo Santo that I got as a gift from one of my friends. These usually take a while to burn. Okay, there we go. So my Mercury is in Pisces, which is why I think I like to kind of get script things out beforehand, because my communication isn't the best, or at least when I'm doing the readings, it's like I feel like what it's trying to say, but I can't really get the words out. So if my readings are a little bit longer, then that's probably why. It's just me trying to figure out the words for some of the cards that come out. Alright, so I leave that there. So I'm just gonna grab 3 crystals for you to choose from. Pile number 1 with the clear quartz. Pile number 2 with the lapis lazuli. Pile number 3 with the red jasper. Alright, so if you are not a particular crystal, you can go down to timestamps, but I'll also be shuffling the cards for those of you guys who need the cards. Oops, the cards as well. Alright, pile number 1. So I don't remember if I said this because I tried recording once before and I deleted it. So if I haven't said it, so I don't know if it's just me that's going through a tower moment, or has gone through a tower moment, or a dark night of the soul, or if they're different names for the same things. But this is basically just transformations you might be going through and how to get through them. Because we have to remember that things happen for us, not to us. If we kind of live our lives being a victim, then it's going to be kind of hard to see the blessings that are coming towards us, even if things seem like they're going nowhere or things seem to be getting worse. And this is saying that you shouldn't feel bad or sad or down about things that are happening, but just as long as you pick yourself back up after you process through it. Alright, pile number 1, so pile number 2. And because these are just playing cards, I will be referencing my phone to know the meaning of the cards, because I don't know the Rider-Waite Tarot off the back of my head, the back of my hand. Alright, number 2. that. Alright, so we have number 1, 2, and number 3. Again, timestamps are down below, but I'm going to get started on number 1 in just a few moments. Alright, for those of you guys who chose pile number 1 with the clear quartz, so before I get started on the reading, I'm just going to go over some properties of clear quartz and what it's associated with. And I'm going to kind of compare that to the reading. So clear quartz is usually associated with clarity. It can also amplify other crystals. It's also great for healing, absorbing, regulating, and releasing. So when I use clear quartz, it's usually to amplify other stones or other crystals that I'm using. It's also for gaining clarity on situations. What is clarity when I'm meditating? So when I sometimes do crystal grids, I like to place the clear quartz kind of in the middle with other stones surrounding it, or when I'm meditating, I like to put it kind of on top or above me with the point facing down. Again, timestamps are down below. So I kind of like to imagine this as kind of like a fishing pole. We're just kind of grabbing things, wrapping it around it. Okay. That should be enough for pile number 1. Let's start it on the reading. Start off with the Wildwood Tarot deck. And then, oops, that was upside down. Yep. Okay, so I was gonna kind of go over what I feel like it's trying to say overall, and then kind of get more into details. So I feel like there might have been some sort of separation, perhaps, and either some sort of separation, and now you're on this path where you feel kind of lost. But I feel like that's for some of you. I want to go a little bit too much. I want to go a bit more into details. I don't mean separation from like someone, although it could be for some of you because of the home card, we have two figures kind of on other sides here. For some of you, it could be about separation from something as well. I feel like that's what the Tower moment was about, or at least the Dark Night of the Soul. Or it could be something about maybe that's something that's kind of in the distance that you're trying to reach. Or maybe it just feels like it's separate from you. So I'm going to clarify. I feel like with the Foundation card in reverse, maybe what was lost or separated from, maybe I feel like this was some kind of foundation that kind of crumbled. I'm going to clarify. Or maybe it's just something that you realized it wasn't for you. Like it didn't really have a strong foundation. Okay, so I feel like some of you might be searching for some kind of answer or path with the pole star, but with the clarification with the rest, maybe whatever this is kind of making you feel exhausted, just trying to look for answers, or you're trying to look for some kind of path. I feel like the Foundation card was something they're kind of going for, or maybe something that it is you're going for. Okay, I might be getting a different kind of reading from this. Clarify the home card. Maybe for some of you, the Foundation card was something someone else wanted you to do, and that didn't really quite follow through. Okay, so I'm kind of getting a different kind of reading here. So maybe for some of you, with the Green Man, actually I'm gonna clarify that before I go on. But maybe for some of you, maybe there's a father figure or male figure that wanted you to do one thing, and that kind of fell through, and now you want to pursue this other thing, but there might be some kind of gaps of how to get there, or maybe you're looking for what this is. Yeah, so I feel like for some of you, there is some kind of figure in your life that want you to do one thing that kind of fell through. For some of you, but also for some of you, I also feel like whatever this was something that you thought you wanted to do. For some reason, maybe you thought it would like give you a lot of financial rewards or something. But with it falling through, you kind of realized that maybe you should look for something else. With the Balance card and the Home card, I feel like for some of you, this is about going home to something, or like rebalancing yourself, and not going home to something as in something physical, but finding something that matches you, that you feel home at, where you're trying to find this balance, or something that gives you passion, something that you're passionate about, instead of just saying or just thinking that you should go for something just because it has monetary value. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, the focus was too much on financial gain or monetary value or whatever it was that was a bit more practical, but kind of deep down wasn't for you, which is why it might have fell apart. Yeah, for a lot of you, I feel like you know what you want to do. With I trust myself, I know my heart. So either you know that this isn't for you, or you know that something else is better for you. Also with the pole star, I feel like you're being guided. You just have to look for signs, ask your guides if you need to, or just ask anyone. I feel like you have the answers. You just need to look for them. And also for some of you, if you feel like you waste your time doing all this, there's power and patience. I have all the time I need. So this could have just been a learning experience for you. Maybe you now know that this is for you. Or what if you came from this, you can apply it to this other thing. Yeah, so I feel like some of you are starting to go towards this other path, but you're kind of cautious. Maybe some of you don't know if this is the right thing for you. Again, I know myself, I trust my heart. Or you're not sure how to get there. But again, with the pole star, just know that you are being guided. You just have to ask how to get there. Just know your end goal. Alright, and with this we have King of Cups in reverse, which points to self-compassion, inner feelings, moodiness, emotionally manipulative. Yes, so for some of you, I feel like, again, with the father figure or some kind of like, it doesn't have to be a father figure, just be like some sort of figure with maybe masculine energy, that they want you to do one thing, or they think that this would be better for you. I'm not saying that they're a bad person, but for some of you, this could be someone who's kind of like manipulative, or they want to make you think that this is for you. But we also have inner feelings, so this could also be saying that some of you should get more in touch with your emotions and what you really feel about things. So if you know deep down this isn't for you, then really try to explore why. And vice versa, if you know something's better for you, really try to explore why that's good for you, why that's better for you, why you want to do the things you want to do. Listen to yourself more than others. It's good to ask guidance from others, but you know yourself better than anyone else. And then we have, for self-care, we have music. This could be a sign for some of you. Maybe some of you want to do something that's music-oriented. But in general, this is about expressing your feelings. Again, with inner feelings. Kind of letting things out. Not bottling things in. Being creative. Just expressing your true self and what you want to do. Let's see. Yep, so bottom deck energy, bottom deck. So the energy from the bottom of the deck, we have Page of Arrows, the Wren. This is usually about study and application. That could apply for some of you. Maybe this is saying that what you want to do might take some studying or learning, but this is also someone who is thinking about flying away to something different. So overall, for this reading, I'm getting that basically it's just action steps and taking that step forward, even if it's a small step. Even if it's just a small step, the overall guidance I'm getting is that you just have to step forward. I was watching a reading of this other tarot reader. Her name is Rainbow Harmony, and she was saying something about there is no such thing as a wrong thing, or there's no such a thing as taking the wrong plan or taking the wrong direction. As long as you step forward, even if that doesn't work out for you, something else might open up for you. But if you stay in this energy where you're kind of being stuck or you're not moving, then nothing's coming towards you. You have to make the effort, so whatever you want kind of meets you halfway. So this is someone who's thinking about flying, but they're kind of thinking about it. The overall energy is saying to just go for it. Trust yourself, and even if the path isn't easy, know that you have time. There is patience involved. Actually, we're still on pile number 1. I forgot something, so I'm going to try something a little bit different for each of the piles, and I'm going to try to channel messages through songs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle my Spotify and ask my guides for any songs that might be relevant. So for some of these songs, there might be a particular lyric that might stand out to you. Maybe it's the title of the song, or maybe just how the song makes you feel. So I'm going to link the songs down below after I shuffle them. So, universe and guides, what messages? So guides for pile number 1, universe, what message do you have for pile number 1? Alright, so we have Tear the Roots by Kaleida. I'll link that down below. So again, it might be the title of the song that stands out to you. Maybe there's a small section of lyrics that stands out to you. Maybe it's just how the song makes you feel that stands out to you. So that is the reading for pile number 1. Alright, pile number 2 with Lapis Lazuli. So Lapis Lazuli, this I associate with the throat chakra because of the color blue, so I like to use it for that. Also, science thread that I'm reading right now, so that's been used in royalty, so that could be something. And also used for protection. It's also associated with wisdom, connecting to the cosmos. Also associated with stillness and calmness. So maybe there might be something that's associated with the throat chakra, or expressing, or some kind of wisdom. Maybe some of you have things to say, but the throat chakra could be blocked. Maybe there's something about, I want to say a royalty, but maybe something that's kind of, I don't know the word for it, kind of poised maybe, and calm, like this presence. So I get into the reading just to see what that's all about. Okay, this feels a little bit similar to we have King of Swords, Mental Clarity. So this feels a little bit similar to pile number 1. with there being a separation of something, or something not working out for you, and kind of realize that that wasn't for you. But I do want to start off with the King of Swords. We have mental clarity, intellectual power, authority, and truth. So I feel like for some of you, you could be dealing with throat chakra, and that's kind of like, a lot of times when I do readings, the throat chakra comes out too for me. Yeah, for overall energy I'm getting for you, I feel like you're kind of still in this space where things aren't working out, or it feels like things aren't working out, and you're not really feeling motivated. This could also have to do with your environment. Clean your space. Reminds me of an old Anna kind of video, where she says something about messy room, messy head, and that kind of applies to you. It doesn't feel like it, just the way your environment feels can affect how you feel. So if you need to clean your room, organize some things, maybe like some sage or whatever, make a meal. I feel like for a lot of you, this could have to do with creativity, but this could also be about taking care of your physical body, because the overreading that I get is that it could be about you not kind of feeling lost and not feeling motivated. But I'm going to clarify these cards. Yeah, but overall I'm getting that there's some kind of separation. It doesn't have to be with someone. But it's kind of separation, kind of feeling lost and unmotivated, not knowing where to go. Yeah, okay. So I feel like pot number 2, with the reunion in reverse and the clearance, this is about the separation, or maybe it's not working out with the clearance card. I feel like for a lot of you, you feel like this, whatever this was for you, but when that didn't fall through, then there was like some kind of like, well, this is the whole reading's about the tower moment, but it kind of felt like if this isn't for you, then what is for me? So you kind of feel lost there. It's like, yeah, it's kind of like when you think something is for you, it doesn't work out, then it kind of feels like things are falling apart. For some of you, it could be about someone, maybe a breakup, but for a lot of you, I feel like it's more about a goal that you're trying to get through that didn't work out. With Queen of Arrows, the Swan in reverse, I sometimes see this as someone who doesn't really know where they're going, especially with the Ancestor card in reverse. Usually I see this with someone with power who knows what they're doing, but in reverse, it is the opposite of that. And we have Endurance in reverse, so I can not feel motivated, and the Happiness card in reverse. So even if you feel like this now, remember that feelings are temporary, that this will pass. And you can also take advantage of the situation or how you're feeling. The power to transmute anger and pain into progress and change. So as I was saying for part number 1, if you're just stuck in this energy, if you kind of how do I put this? If you kind of like play the victim, or not play the victim, if you kind of like, if you're in this energy where you think things happening to you and not for you, and if you're kind of like in this energy where you're just kind of like victimizing yourself all the time, then it's going to be a lot harder for you to progress and move on. And as I was saying for point number one, doesn't mean you can't feel these things, doesn't mean you shouldn't feel these things, but it is about taking what you're feeling and kind of like taking it and kind of like transmuting it into something more, I guess, productive. Kind of reminds me of artists who kind of like take their pain and their whatever they're feeling and they channel it into the art. So it's kind of like that. It doesn't have to be artistic or creative, but it's just taking what you're feeling and kind of using it as energy. So going back to mental clarity, or the King of Swords, mental clarity, intellectual power, authority, truth. So I feel like this is saying that you actually have a lot more power than you realize, but you're kind of in this space where you're not really looking at things around you. You're only looking at the negatives instead of seeing what could come of it. So as I was saying for point number one, I'll probably sing this for all the pals, but as your guides or your deities, your god, or whatever you resonate with, your ancestors, for some guidance on this. If this is saying that you actually have, I'm also reading there's a lot of blue in the reading, so again it's pointing to the throat chakra. So about expressing your truth. So you could have a lot to say, but maybe you feel like if you said it, then it's not going to come out well, or people are going to say that you're wrong. And that's a lot of what I've been struggling with the throat chakra. Is that this is kind of why I'm trying out reading on the fly instead of doing it beforehand. So yeah, that's overall. So again, okay, so I feel like for a lot of you, and I said before, has to do with your physical environment, or maybe it's who you're around. So this is saying to find like-minded people, or find supportive people that kind of raise your energy, raise your vibrations. Also saying to look for things that spark interest towards you, even if you don't know what that is. If you're not sure if that's what you're going to do in the long term, just kind of just find things out. Maybe do some hobbies, maybe that can lead to something. The overall thing I'm getting is to speak your truth, to know your truth, kind of like say what you're feeling. Yeah, so there's a lot of blue in this, so I feel like a lot of you might have to connect with your throat chakra and kind of clean your space, taking care of yourself, your physical self. Just know that whatever you're feeling, that it will pass. And don't think that this negative energy, or don't use this negative energy as something, as an excuse to keep yourself down. And before I finish reading for part number 2, I'm going to channel a message from my Spotify app. So as I was saying for part number 1, it could be the song, the title of the song, it could be how the song makes you feel. Maybe there are certain lyrics in the song that kind of resonates with you. So I was gonna ask your guides, universe, see what song or what message is for you through the song. Alright, so we have Head Sunk by Noel. So I'm gonna write that down. You can look that up, see if anything resonates with you with that song. And yes, I am a huge TMG fan. If anyone recognizes Noel. Alright, we're gonna move on to pile number 3. Before I get started on pile number 3, I'm just gonna clean the space again. So for the red jasper, with the color red, it's usually associated with the root chakra. So it could be about foundation, security, usually about finances, or sometimes about finances, not always. It could be about stability. Let's see what else is it about red jasper. Okay, so healing. Okay, so a lot of these stones are healing, so I feel like when I say the stones have healing properties, that's kind of redundant, because a lot of them do. Protection, grounding, returning to source, clearing the mind. Okay, so I'm also reading that it's about courage, about overcoming domestic violences. So if some of you are going through that, take the necessary precautions. And don't just rely on readings. If you have to, then I can link sources down below. But I'm gonna start on the reading. But for a lot of you, it could be all about grounding, protection. Okay, so for a lot of you, it could be more about security, financial security and grounding than about the whole domestic thing, but just in case, I'll link some stuff down below. Yeah, for all three of these piles, there was some sort of separation, or just things didn't work out, which is usually what the tower moment is about, something not working out or things falling apart. But you have to look at the tower moment as something that's happening for you, not to you. If something isn't working out, then it means probably it's not for you, or there's something else that's better around the corner. Okay, so I'm going to clarify. There might be some sort of regret here. Or maybe you thought you made a mistake about something. I feel like for a lot of you, it's about knowing what you want. That's the trouble. Or some sort of like pessimism in the current energy. Okay, so for a lot of these piles are very similar. But I feel like for pile number 3, you're either on the brink of finding something better, or you're kind of on the path towards here, but we have Hearthfire and the Joy card, so I feel like the outcomes will be a lot better than what you expected. Again, we have this. I trust that though I might not see it now, there's a great lesson for me in this. So whatever you're going through, again, even if it feels like shit, it's probably better for you. It's not saying that bad things happen to you you deserve, but it's saying that whatever you're going through, there's a lesson for you in this. It's like you're being like, what's the word? Kind of being sculpted and carved into something or someone better. But a lot of you might still be in this energy that nothing's going to work out, or that you did something, you made a mistake. So yeah, I feel like the Seer card is just clarifying what I've been saying about separation. So you probably know what this is. With the tradition in this ghost card, that might be something that you want to work on, but maybe you're hesitating to it. Again, with the Five of Cups, about regret, failure, disappointment, pessimism. Maybe you're kind of afraid to work on this because you might be afraid that this isn't for you, or you may not know what exactly you want. Again, with the red jasper, about grounding, knowing what you want. Clarify that one more time. We have choose strength is resilience. I choose flow over force. So this is about, as I say for other pals, if you're kind of stuck in this energy and you're not allowing yourself to move forward, then it's just going to get worse for you. The role is just take one step forward if it's a little step and see where that leads you. It's also, I also feel like it's about the second card here, about resisting. So if you feel like you're resisting something, just try it out. I feel like a lot of you need to balance your root chakra. Yeah, so we have balance in reverse. So I was saying about the root chakra, about needing to balance, find security. The root chakra kind of reminds me of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where you kind of need if you're not familiar with it, I feel like a lot of people are, but just in case, you can have your hierarchy of needs. If the bottom needs aren't being met, then it's gonna be a little bit hard for you to establish your other needs. So this is saying to establish what you want first, kind of get a balance, kind of get some sort of security. Even if you start out from the bottom, even if you start out small, at least get that one established first. Yeah, it's safe for me to feel it all. So again, as I was saying for the other pals, it's not bad to feel this way. It's not bad to feel negative. This is just, we're all humans, part of a process. But with I choose flow over force, just as long as you're not allowing yourself to get stuck in this energy, you're not, victimizing yourself, saying that nothing is working out for me, things will never work out for me, and all that. If you have to, spend some time alone, kind of gather your energy, meditate to know what you want. For some of you, it's about connecting to family. This family card also puts back to the red jasper about grounding and security. So find people that you're secure with, find people that make you feel secure within yourself. We have abundance planning. So for some of you, this loss could have been financial. So it's the same to pick yourself back up and kind of get the steps going, or take action steps for financial building. And so I also watch this channel. So my friend's Treese Pruitt, she has this Rich Girl Academy for financial planning. I'm gonna link that down below. I feel like a lot of that could be helpful for some of you. I also did one of her other programs. It wasn't a financial one, it was more about money blocks that helped me a lot. So I feel like her program can help some of you for financial building as well. I believe it's called Rich Girl Academy. It's about building your finances for this new year, for 2021. I'm going to link some information down below about it. Alright, so we have a poster from the bottom of the deck. So again, if I feel like this is about feeling lost, not knowing where you're going, not feeling that you're being guided. Trust me that a lot of you are. I feel like a lot of you are kind of stuck in this negative energy that you don't feel like you're being guided. And before I end the reading, I'm going to see if there's any messages from songs. So as I was singing from other readings or the other piles, it could be the title of the song that resonates with you. It could also be the title of the song, the lyrics, or just how the song makes you feel. I also realized that I forgot to do some crystal healing for some of you guys, and I feel like a lot of you guys do need it, especially with root chakra. Look into root chakras that might be blocked. For sometimes when your root chakra is blocked or needs healing, it affects you financially. So if you feel like you're having trouble with security and finances, the root chakra is the thing to look forward to. So kind of get the root chakra there. Take deep breaths if you need to, especially if you're in a stressful situation. Alright, I'm gonna channel some songs, so alright, so I have Glued by Melanie Martinez. I'll link that down below. You can look up the lyrics, maybe just title the song. Actually, for a lot of these, I feel like the title of the song is what's resonating for a lot of you. Especially with Glued, you might feel stuck. So that's pile number 3. I don't remember if I said pile number 1, but if I've been singing pile number 1, I'm at pile number 3. It's some extra healing for you guys. But I feel like, if I didn't say before, again, this is temporary. Feelings are temporary. Again, with the Joy card and the Hearthfire card, I feel like you're going to get a lot of this a lot sooner than you think. Alright.